What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Redbeard Outdoors YouTube page. Today being Wednesday, I'm throwing another knife at you here with Montana Knife Company. What I'm doing is throughout this last year and the last couple years, I've accumulated some Montana Knife Company knives, and some of them have been provided to me from Montana Knife Company. Others I've purchased. So with that being said, guys, no, this is not a paid review or anything like that. I absolutely love the company. I know what Montana Knife Company is about. I love their culture. I love the people there. I've had great experiences with Josh, Brandon, Andrew, and other people in the crew, being able to shoot tack with them and do other things as well. They're an amazing opportunity of a company that can show you how things can be grown here in the United States. They just put their wills together and made things happen. So yes, I like other knives, and there's other things that I'll go in here. I am no knife expert. I'm not amazing by any means at explaining knives, but what I can tell you is I really like these tools. I use them as tools, and I want you to be able to get a little bit more of a different feel for what they are, how they're used, and how I choose to use them. That's what I'm bringing to you, is just how I've used them, how I will use them if there's something that I haven't been able to put into use in the field, and maybe you can find one or two or handful, or maybe you want to go and collect all of them. Whatever may be for you. So with that being said, today, guys, before we get into this, I do want to let you know that I do have another podcast started as well called Dad Tax Podcast. It's something that you guys know what a dad tax is, but it's kind of a play on words as well, where I'm taxing my kids' time by taking some time from them to sit down with them and discuss things that we do, reminisce a little bit. And that's things that I do in real life. I want to share that with you as well. These conversations that we have non-scripted and off camera and just as part of my day-to-day life, and I want to share that with you. So everything from stories to just experiences, things that maybe I can even do better, learning as a dad, etc. So that is something that I'll leave the link down below so that you can find Dad Tax Podcast. Really excited about that. I love being a dad, absolutely %. Also, guys, if you want to support, the best way to support is go ahead and subscribe. Like this video as we get into it. If you like the video, leave a like and a comment on your favorite Montana Knife Company knife or favorite blade in general for the purposes of the blade that we're going over today, the flat tail blade. We'll go over that. And then last but not least, guys, if you're looking to support monetarily, I 100% appreciate that. I have partners of the show. The links are all down below where you can get the best pricing possible on the products that you're looking to get. Everything from BlackOvis over to Leupold and everything in between, guys. Check it out. I want to get you the best price on the gear that you're looking to get. So thank you so much. Now let's get into this. All right. Enough with the announcement. So here, this is the box. Now they've come out with new boxing since this one, since I got this blade here, the Flat Tail. So the Flat Tail is a collaboration between Montana Knife Company. Comes with a nice little card here explaining everything, but it's a collaboration between Montana Knife Company and Meat Eater. If you're a big fan of the Meat Eater, they do have an orange scale, like the bright orange, hunter orange scales here that you can get, and it has Meat Eater engraved on the opposite side from Montana Knife Company. So as with all Montana Knife Company knives, you get the paracord on the outside of the wrapping, letting you know what color you got. I always try to always go with the orange and black. Absolutely love that colorway. Comes with a great sheath here, very flat pancake sheath. Comes with this clip, but you can also purchase other clips to go with it. There's plenty of mounting options for the clips there, as you can see. All right, now let's get into this blade. So again, I'm going to tell you why I bought this blade, what I think about it, and then of course I'm going to go over the specs here off this card, and I'll leave a link down below where you can go and check out the specs on the website, and also Josh going over this knife as well. So here it is. This is the Flat Tail by Montana Knife Company. So if you get the Meat Eater edition on this side, it'll say Meat Eater engraved right there. So this is a stone-washed, cut steel. It's a full tang. And then I kind of like how they did the scales this time. The scales don't go all the way to the edge. They kind of fall short of the steel, so you get to see a little bit of that steel running all the way down. If you want a lanyard, it's got a little lanyard loop there available. And then the scales are made out of G10. So from tip to tail, let's go over this, guys. So this is a thinner blade as far as height-wise. It's very similar to the Blackfoot in comparison. And there's a couple of things. I almost call this the Blackfoot 3.0 in a way. If you really like the Blackfoot, this is almost like a marriage between the Blackfoot and the Speed Goat with hard handles. So here we go. Magna Cut steel, stonewash, which I like the stonewash finish, honestly, over the polish finish. And the Magna Cut steel holds a great edge. I don't have testing and everything like that for it. You can go again on the website for Montana Knife Company, or go look up Magna Cut steel and check out the specs there. But it is a stainless steel hybrid where it is something that is resistant to rust, but also holds an edge really well. And it's pretty easy to sharpen up. It's not as easy as the 50 steel that's used on a lot of the models by Montana Knife Company, but I really like Magna Cut because it takes a little bit less maintenance. You don't have to dry it, put your oils on it and everything every single time you use it for it to remain pristine. Again, tip to tail, the length of this blade is, the blade length is 3 1/8 inch. So from here, basically the length of the blade, 3 1/8 inch. And then I like this finger guard here. I do like finger guards for knives that you're going to be using in the field, especially if you're using them on animals. You don't want to accidentally slip up while you're cleaning an animal and run your hand along that blade, because that's going to be the end of cleaning that animal and the beginning of some first aid for you, or even having to get you out of the woods to a doctor. So we don't want to do that. I do like the jimping here. It's not super aggressive jimping, but it's aggressive enough that if you want to put your thumb up there, your thumb's not going to slide up the spine of the blade there. Okay, and then here, little details. Again, the scalloping on that G10. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's some little scalloping right here. And I like that because, again, if you're trying to get a different type of grip on that blade, similar to pinching it like this, to be able to do some work if you're skinning an animal out or something like that, that's a great little feature to be able to grip there and have the grippiness of the G10 in your fingers right there. It's also very thin, the handle wise. I do like how it gets, this is typical of the meat eater collaborations that they have. It's fatter at the back, thinner up front, so it pretty much locks you in towards that finger guard there. And it fits well in the hand. It's just it fits really well in your hand, and actually has a little bit of space off the back there as well. Again, I wear a size large mechanics glove, so pretty standard hand size. That fits really well. A couple things I like about this is the sliciness of this blade. If you want to use this around the camp as well as in the field for cutting up vegetables or anything like that, this is a flat grind. And so it comes down pretty thin. Let's see, it is 0.11 inches thick. So very thin blade there, but it's also sturdy. Like, it's not flexible. You can't really bend this blade and beat it up and break it like you might some other thin blades. So honestly, my purpose for this blade is very similar to the Blackfoot or the Speed Goat, which I have both. And I wanted to get this one just to see if there was another reason to have a blade similar to it. But for me personally, this doesn't fit any niche that I don't already have a blade for. So this blade right here, if you're looking to collect all the meat eater blades, or if you want to collect all the Montana Knife Company blades, that's awesome. If you don't have a Blackfoot, but you have a Speed Goat, or you like the blade profile of a Speed Goat a little bit more than a Blackfoot, definitely snag this, because it is a hard-handled, similar to Blackfoot style blade compared to the Speed Goat. So that would pair really well with the Speed Goat. If you have a Blackfoot and don't have a Speed Goat, and maybe want something with a finger guard, but you want the hard handles, then this is a great blade as well. So there's many reasons why you would want this blade, but for me personally, I don't necessarily find a need for it if you have both the Blackfoot and the Speed Goat, for example. I also have the Speed Goat Ultra, which is the hard-handled Speed Goat, and I really, really like that. It's got a little bit longer blade on it, so I prefer that one over this. So with that being said, there's kind of the uses for this is around camp, in the field, skinning animals, etc. This belt clip does a great job of locking. You see how it loops around there at the bottom, excuse me. And you can change the angle of this if you would like, or change it to where it sits like this on your belt. So just rotating that clip, etc. There's a lot of good ways to use this knife. I guess the other thing too is if you wanted a Blackfoot or a Speed Goat that had some jimping on it, this would be a great option there. So there you go, guys. That's the flat tail. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, definitely like this video. Drop a comment down below. your favorite model of Montana Knife Company blades. And I'd be more than happy to either put up a review on it or talk to you about it. Just talk to you there in the comments. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you so much for the support throughout 2024 and before that, and now heading into 2025. I'm really, excuse me, I'm coming over a cough. Really excited for this year with you guys. Hope you have a great one. And like I always say, get out, live your life, and love it.